It's time for Portland Wrestling 2000s. Now, here he is, your number one host, Frank Culbertson.
Hey wrestling fans, Frank Culbertson here. Thanks for joining me on a very special edition of Portland Wrestling 2000s. Now originally this was supposed to be the start of a couple of Blanchard episodes, but we're going to go ahead and push that off for 1 week, as today we're going to take time to remember the passing of Mike Willis, Dropkick Murphy, here on Portland Wrestling. Mike started wrestling in 2001, was trained by Rocket Randy Tyler and Mike Roselli. He was at 6'4", taller than a lot of the guys that we used in Portland Wrestling, about 210, 215 pounds. Thanks to Richard Strickland for the use of all of his pictures for this episode. Murphy was never on top here in Portland Wrestling, but he was always phenomenally important in all of the episodes that he appeared in, because he had such a quick wit. He was really good in the ring. And, well, we're just going to go ahead and look at a couple of matches that he had, and then we're going to go to some interviews. And, of course, he was on commentary sometimes and absolutely hysterical. We're going to show you some highlights of that. The first match we're going to show you is Jesse Jimenez. This was early in the Portland Wrestling at Cleaver National Guard Armory. And you'll see that we still used the white mat at the time before we went to blue, so the lighting's off a little bit. But I think you'll enjoy this matchup. It's Dropkick Murphy versus Jesse Jimenez.
Portland Wrestling this week from Tijuana, Mexico. Jesse Jimenez taking on the one-man cartel, Maple Leaf Murphy. Wrestling fans, welcome back. Another terrific week of action here on Portland Wrestling. Your first match of the evening, Jesse Jimenez with Maple Leaf Murphy, as we have just heard in an interview, challenge Maple Leaf Murphy and Jesse Jimenez, calling him chicken. But I'm not sure what that was all about, but I'm joined by a man who says he is not a chicken in any manner. That's Ed Moondog Moretti.
I certainly am not, Frank Culbertson. What you need to do, you need to address me as one half of the Pacific Northwest Tag Team Champions, along with the greatest wrestler in the Northwest today, the Grappler.
Well, let me ask you a question. If you're not chicken, why tonight are you stepping in the ring with Cameron Starr and Tennessee Jack, where there are other teams that are ranked, nothing against those two, but they are not ranked up like the other tag teams in Portland Wrestling?
Frank, you don't understand. You're just like those guys that have only been in the business a few years. They don't understand how this business works. Tennessee Jack and Cameron Starr signed a contract to wrestle for the Northwest Tag Team Champions. They worked their way up the ladder, beating many teams in other areas, mind you, to get a title shot. Now Luther and the AOD, they'll get their shot in due time.
Well, now look in the ring. Jesse Jimenez says he has had enough of Maple Leaf Murphy. Maple Leaf Murphy going out with the fans, and he says he is one man. And now look at that. Oh, splash off the top rope, over the top rope, excuse me.
That was a beautiful plancha he did on him.
You can't take Jesse Jimenez lightly. He has really made a name for himself with a great victory over Ladies' Choice here on Portland Wrestling a couple weeks ago. And he is not going to have anything to do with Maple Leaf Murphy and the tactics of the International Cartel.
No, he's an up-and-coming wrestler. He's been studying hard, but think of it as
beautiful flying head scissors takeover, sort of like Fred Curry used to do. Oh my goodness, a hard chop. I threw that in there for you, you old timer.
You're getting smart with me, Frank Culbertson. Don't even start.
Oh, another beautiful kick. Jesse Jimenez comes at you from all angles. You know, he is really trained in the lucha manner. But
there's his lucha style right there, laying on the ground outside.
Maple Leaf Murphy with a great move, duck down, pulling the rope down like that.
Now let me ask you a question. Would Frank A. Gotch have done a move like that? Since you're going to start talking about old timers and getting me hot.
Well, I want to talk about this International Cartel. Maybe you can tell me something about it. Vance, Nevada, not allowed to cross the border, banned for 5 years. Fidel Sierra, not able to get out of Cuba, although he's trying to get back here to Portland Wrestling. He's saying it's the board of directors doing it.
Right there. I think he might be right.
Maybe you know someone who stooged him off. No, you know some things about
stooges. Now you're calling me a stooge, Frank Culbertson. You see, there's the truth coming out of your sneaky little eyes and mouths. You know, you're not swerving me, Frank Culbertson.
Now, you can see I'm getting back in the ring, breaking the count at 20, referee Albert McClure in the ring. You mentioned the Army of Darkness.
Absolutely.
And they have challenged you after what happened here on Portland Wrestling last week between Damon Scythe and Dr. Luther. Unbelievable weapons match, fans. If you missed it, watch it again on video on demand.
It was
thanks
just
to the good folks at
sick,
Comcast.
Culbertson. It was just sick.
There's a great pin. There's 1, 2, almost a 3 count. But I've seen Dr. Luther. He's walking around tonight before the matches. He is just beaming after what happened to him and Damon, but he took a tremendous beating as well.
Yes, he did.
Maybe now is the chance that you should take on the Black Dragon and Dr. Luther.
We are going to do that in due time, but right now me and the Grappler have other title defenses we have to worry about. Teams that, are ranked up there in the top 10 by the board of directors.
Oh.
We have to go through them systematically, and when we get to the AOD, we will deal with them then. But we wish we could do it.
Oh, Maple.
We wish we could wrestle them.
Well, you never know what with that army of darkness. Dr. Luther says he controls wrestling in the Northwest. Maple Leaf Murphy right now with a great snap suplex. With his size, when he hits you with that suplex, you come down from a real high height, don't you, Ed Murray?
That's right, you do. And I'm just looking in this ring here. You got a Canadian and you got a Mexican in here, right? It's kind of like the liberals. There's a guy named Nate that I know. He's a real heavy liberal. He supports John Kerry and John Edwards.
You're allowed.
I might have to smack him.
Portland Wrestling has no political affiliation.
That's right.
We just want to make sure that all of you register and get out and vote in the next election. Make your voice heard and be a great citizen of the United States. Fans, right now, a non-citizen right now, Maple Leaf Murphy has got Jesse Jimenez in a lot of trouble. He's been working over the back, working over the legs, but he again showboats to the crowd an awful lot.
Well, he does, but he backs it up in there. Look at, he's bringing it to Jesse, and Jesse's a great wrestler, but Maple Leaf Murphy's controlling him.
And tonight, fans, we are also going to see Ladies' Choice hooking up with the Beast, Buzz Anderson, as we mentioned, our main event, the Tag Team Championship. And we will also be getting a word with the Knights of Ecstasy and figuring out what is up with Mischievous and with Avalon and with the fan that was escorted from the building last week here on Portland
Now
Wrestling.
you got fans jumping over the, look at that. You got fans jumping over the rail. It's breaking down here in Portland Wrestling. Anything can happen, and usually does, Frank Colby.
It gets hotter and hotter each week. And there,
Yes,
Jesse.
does.
Oh, my goodness, Maple Leaf Murphy caught him with a head. Right on the head. And Jesse returned the favor.
That's kind of like Monica and Clinton.
Oh, please. Not for the political comments. Ed Moretti, Jesse Jimenez in trouble, Maple Leaf in trouble. These two men, as we saw them in the interview before, Maple Leaf Murphy wanted Jesse to join the cartel. This is a fight where Maple Leaf called him out. Jesse is responding here tonight.
Mexico and Canada fighting at it.
Now Jesse firing away rights and lefts, whips Maple Leaf off, catches him with a big back body drop, and down goes Maple Leaf Murphy.
He came down with ice on his back.
And now a clothesline puts Maple Leaf Murphy down. We've seen Jesse do this before. He is a high flyer, but Maple Leaf Murphy coming to his feet. Jesse catches him a flying body press. That should do it. There's a 1, there's 2, that's 3, almost.
Oh, it was close.
That was 2 and 7/8. Jesse Jimenez is a high flyer. He's got the splash. He's got the frog splash. And if you're not careful, he'll beat you a number of ways. Oh, but nobody home. Maple Leaf Murphy, he rolls him over 1, 2. He's got his feet on the ropes. He had his feet on the ropes.
That was smart. I got to admit that. That's smart. Canadian.
The winner,
Maple Leaf Murphy of the International Cartel of One wins against Jesse Jimenez. And he says his foot was on the rope. Maple Leaf Murphy's just going to bail out and go back to the locker room and take the victory.
Jesse, he got you, baby.
Up next, you're going to see Maple Leaf Murphy in the ring at the very beginning with Mr. Beefy Goodness, Vance Nevada from Canada. They were a great tag team in Portland Wrestling. And a very young Dr. Luther, as he's going to go into the ring and talk with the Grappler and Fidel Sierra, a Top Gun at that time in Portland Wrestling. And, of course, Dr. Luther with the Army of Darkness is going to bring in the Black Dragon, his tag team partner. And this was a segment called In Your Face with the Grappler, kind of the talking episode that we did. And Maple Leaf Murphy is going to come out in the back. And it was one of his gimmicks where he was trying to get in with any group that he could. And he's going to come out like he's just in the background. Look at his facials and watch the reactions. It is Maple Leaf Murphy at his very best.
hands on him, a little tutelage, we could be looking at some shiny little belts on him.
What is up with this drop kick Murphy guy and the Canadian flag waving out here? You know, I've seen him. He's been around the ring, almost a ring rat, you'd call him.
Yeah.
Just everywhere he goes, he's there, he's over there. I'm not so sure what's up with him.
Well, he's definitely a rat. That's what I've heard. But I don't really know. He seems to really be true to Canada and true to Nevada.
Up next, fans, we're going to be hearing In Your Face with the Grappler. A big surprise for you, Dr. Luther. You'll want to hang around for that. And then Dante versus Robbie Lentz, a full night of action right here on Portland Wrestling. We'll be right back right after this.
Welcome to In Your Face with the Grappler. But I got a surprise for somebody. Hey, Dr. Luther, come on in here, Army of Darkness, with your little new shiny belts you're carrying around, boy. Look at these guys, Top Gun, look at them. They got the belts that belong to Top Gun and the Grappler, I think. Hey, listen, brother, I got a surprise for you. You know something? I don't know how Top Gun did it, but he went to the powers that be, and he's got us a shot at those tag team titles tonight. Ain't that right, brother?
Yep, and it goes like this, Grappler, baby. It's going to be electrifying funk when we become the Pacific Northwest Tag Team Champions right here tonight.
Yeah, but I remember you spitting in my face. Well, you know what, brother? You got one coming. When we beat you tonight, you got to hand us those tag team belts.
First off, you people shut the hell up. Second off, I didn't understand a bloody word either you said, except you got a title match against us tonight? Well, you better bring more than that cowbell, fat man. And you better bring your little defibrillator because you're going to need it. I guarantee it.
We'll see what happens, Dr. Luther. You know something, you can brag and talk all you want to. You can shine those belts all you want to, but you got to prove it inside this squared circle. I've had those belts 10 separate times with 10 separate partners, and I don't know how many times this guy's had it. And who's this clown running around behind you back here? Is he part of your thing too? I don't get this. I'll tell you one thing, just get ready tonight, boys, because the tag team titles belong to us.
I don't care what you did in 1920, because this is 2004.
I think you've already been through a body bag or two. You better be watching yourself there.
And you could see Dropkick Murphy, fresh off his Canadian adventure, taking the wrath of Dr. Luther with a powerbomb. Comes out, claims he's with the Army of Darkness. I told you, fans, he has been around everyone, wanting to be a part of every single group here in Portland Wrestling. He is now feeling what it feels like to get a piece of the Army of Darkness. Fans, we'll be right back with Dante versus Robbie Lentz right after this timeout.
Maple Leaf Murphy was phenomenal there. Just his expressions and the bumps that he took. Later, he would join the Knights of Ecstasy, Skag Rollins, and Ladies' Choice to form their own trios and tag teams here in Portland Wrestling, and they were phenomenal together. Now, up next, we're going to show you a match against Scotty Mack. Now, Scotty Mack in real life, absolutely Maple Leaf Murphy's, probably his very best friend. And I think this is the only match that they had against each other in Portland Wrestling. Set the stage. It's going to be Moondog Moretti in the ring doing his talk segment, if you will, called the Dog Pound. Grappler comes out, Scotty Mack comes out. They are tag team champions, but having a bit of a disagreement. Scotty's also the heavyweight champion at the time. Now, the plan was Grappler's going to load the boot, Scotty's going to go down and blade, and Murphy's going to come out for about a 17, 20-minute match. Something goes wrong. The blade goes a little too deep, and legitimately, Scotty gets 28 stitches this night. And Murphy comes out, and you can see me go to, once I see the blood absolutely pouring out of Scotty, we cut the match short, and you can see me give the go-home signal at the time, which then was my hands behind my head. And Murphy does such a great job in the ring. As you can see, he doesn't panic. He's not expecting that much blood. but he protects Scotty the entire way. Great job by Maple Leaf Murphy. It's a match stuck in my memory forever.
None other than the Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, Scotty Mack, and a guy that I'm very familiar with, the Grappler. So if they'd be so kind as to come out here and join me in the ring, we'll get to the bottom of some questions I have, because I got a nose for news and I ask the hard questions. I bypass the bite and get through all the barking, baby. Come on, Scotty. We know you people love you, but there's some business we got to take care of. Now, I'm not too comfortable or really thrilled about standing between the two of you guys, but you know I have respect for both of you because you are both champions. You've got the proof right there in your arms. And frankly, you're the Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, and that speaks for itself. Now, Grappler, you and I have had our problems. You darn near killed me. You put me in the hospital. Then Luther came in, and you know what happened. You know the history. But I cannot believe your first week back in Portland Wrestling, you come in here and you win the Pacific Northwest Tag Team Champions, because I heard you were in no condition to wrestle. Even though I knew you were training, I heard you were ready to go. And here's the proof. Scotty, you picked yourself a champion tag team partner. You
know something, Ed Murray? Let me say something here a minute, okay? You tried to put me out of wrestling too, and you know what? LC and Skag Rollins, all those guys, Dr. Luther, everybody's out here saying the Grappler's over the hill. He can't do it no more. He's a has-been. He's a wannabe. Well, brother, the proof's right here. Me and Scotty Mack are the tag team champions, brother. Me and him won these belts. So you know what, brother? We're laughing all the way to the bank because we got what you guys want and you ain't never going to have. Ain't that right, Scotty?
You know, tag team wrestling has never been harder in the Pacific Northwest, especially with Scotty Mack, Portland Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, co-holder of the tag team title, with a legend in this business. A legend. I watched this man growing up, and I'm proud to be tag team champion.
Wait a minute. Listen, I told you I'm sick and tired of the back of hearing that. Calling me a legend, brother. Watch you when I was a little kid. Wait a minute, let me finish what I'm saying here, okay? Everybody said, I watched you when I was 5 years old. My grandma used to watch you, Grappler, all these things. Listen, Scotty, let me ask you something. You don't think I have enough youth to be your partner?
Of course I do.
You don't think I'm a good enough partner? Then take the belt and find your own self a partner.
Of course I do. You got the wrong idea, brother.
Scotty, you said it. You said the Grappler was too old to be your partner. You said that you want someone.
Oh my goodness, what has happened? The Grappler has turned on Scotty Mack. Scotty Mack was just talking about the legend that he is. Now when he's loading the boot on Scotty, oh no, we got to back. Scotty Mack down. The Grappler throwing this title belt right at him, and now a boot, the loaded boot, right on the head of Scotty Mack. Scotty Mack has been busted open. Scotty Mack bleeding badly from the forehead. Down he goes. I don't understand. Well, fans, oh my goodness, Scotty Mack bleeding profusely in the ring.
I heard him, Frank Culbertson. I heard him say the Grappler was too old to be his partner.
Oh my goodness, Scotty Mack bleeding profusely. Fans, we need to get some help for Scotty Mack out of the back.
Wow, Frank.
And now Grappler taking him down. Unbelievable here. Scotty Mack bleeding profusely in the ring. He's got him up. He's going for a pile driver on him. Oh my goodness. That is unbelievable, fans. What is going? Scotty Maple Leaf Murphy in the ring for the championship, fans. We need to get a quick timeout. We're right. Grappler's ringing the bell. Fans, we're Scotty Mack bleeding profusely in the ring.
Let me tell you something, Frank. He thinks I'm a has-been now. Does he think I'm a has-been now? There's what a has-been does for you right there, boy. Taste some of the Grappler, Scotty Mack.
Oh my goodness.
Call me an old man again.
Maple Leaf Murphy says he's got it all. He's going up on top.
Take
Scotty
the title
Mack
from
down.
him.
Oh my goodness.
Maple Leaf.
Scotty Mack, Maple Leaf turns around. He catches a super kick. That's it. There's a pin. There's 1, 2, 3. referee. It is all over. Ring the bell.
I'll tell you one thing. You're wrong. It's not all over.
So Grappler,
that's just a start.
We'll be showing some of the aftermath of that match later on an upcoming Scotty Mack episode that we'll be having here on Portland Wrestling 2000s. Be sure to like the channel and subscribe so you don't miss a moment of the great Portland wrestling action. Up next is going to be a tag team match with Ladies' Choice and Maple Leaf Murphy against Dr. Luther and another member of the AOD, Dante. And the end of the match is going to set up a hair match in future weeks between LC, Skag Rollins, and Dr. Luther, which we showed previously here on Portland Wrestling 2000s. Be sure to look back and you can find it. It's a great match, Maple Leaf Murphy once again. But let's go to an interview with Maple Leaf Murphy. He's absolutely terrific.
Portland Wrestling fans, I'm Derek from the Buckhead Show at Z100. I'm standing here with the Knights of Ecstasy. You guys have a big match with the AOD tonight. It's nice to see you back, Murphy.
Get a good look, Portland Wrestling. Take a look. Look long and hard. The injury that nearly ended my career. Well, I'm back in a big way, Daddy. And tonight, the era of Skag Rollins is over. Myself and the man with the plan and the golden tan, the Ladies' Choice, have a match against the Army of Darkness. Well, tonight is our night. Tonight we're going to prove to all of you toothless, underachieving high school dropouts watching at home why we're the best damn tag team in the world today. Tell them, LC.
You see 14 teeth and an IQ of 50, Daddy, and Dr. Luther thought he was at a family reunion. But they can pucker up and kiss my rosy red patoot, Jack, because we are bringing the belts right back where they belong. Now finish it off, Daddy, before I finish you off.
No problem, LC. We're going to head to the ring. It's the Knights of Ecstasy versus the AOD.
This match is scheduled for one fall, making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 481 3/4 pounds from the Knights of Ecstasy, Maple Leaf Murphy and Ladies' Choice. Their opponents at a combined weight of 430 pounds from the AOD, Dante and Dr. Luther.
Fans, there they are coming through the door. The AOD back together. Dante and Dr. Luther, they're taking on, as Ken Stillwell announced, the Knights of Ecstasy. This will be a great matchup. I am joined by the Grappler. Grappler, what was it that we just saw out there with the kendo sticks?
Let me tell you something, brother. Sometimes it comes down to self-preservation. These guys don't know how to follow the rules. Here I am as just a lonely manager standing there by myself, abiding by every rule in the book. And the guys try to attack me from behind. Sometimes if I have to use a kendo stick to help protect myself, that's the way it's got to be, I guess, Frank. Man's got to take care of himself. Look at these two idiots out here, the AOD. Look what they're carrying around. Great big mallets. Where would they even get something like that?
Well, I guess if you're wrapped in bubble wrap like you were during the strap match, that wouldn't have any impact, would it, Grappler?
Just because I'm a little bit smarter than Luther, and I'm not stupid enough to come out here with no protection on. You know, that's not my fault, 'cause I'm a little smarter than he is.
Fans, this great matchup being brought to you by Comcast and CNW 14, home of Portland Wrestling, home of a lot of terrific shows. Check out the lineup. You won't be disappointed. Great entertainment and video on demand. Portland Wrestling 24/7.
You know something that sticks in my craw, Frank Culberson, is this Dr. Luther. He gets out here and brags on himself. I noticed on his way to the ring, he was carrying something, a belt. That's the Northwest Heavyweight title.
That's right.
It makes me sick to my stomach every time I see him bring it out here like he's some kind of true, honest-to-God champion. Like he's got all the wrestling ability in the world. And you know something? The only reason he's got that belt is by a fluke. And also that the board of directors is always siding in his favor. Otherwise, my man Skag Rollins would be wearing that heavyweight belt right now, and he would be the champion. And you know that I'm right.
Dr. Luther, the two-time Pacific Northwest heavyweight champion, held that belt, defended it.
Did you say
terrific.
two-time?
Two-time.
Well, you're sitting beside the 8-time, Daddy.
A 8-time Pacific Northwest heavyweight champion. I'll give that to you. Grappler held the tag titles 11, 12, 15 times. I lost count. Very successful, but now you're off managing.
I'm managing, but you know what? I'm taking my crew, I'm taking my team hell, and my camp, brother, and we're going all the way to the top. There ain't nobody we ain't beat up yet.
And right now, the Knights of Ecstasy not wanting to get in the ring. I think they're afraid of getting beat up.
Well, yeah, but Dr. Luther's carrying around that big mallet. You talk about people wrestling fair. Here's your fair-haired boy over here carrying a 100-pound mallet around, hitting everybody with it. Look at him.
Well, let's talk about 100 pounds. Let's talk about 200. Let's talk about 300-plus pounds. August 13th. Oh,
what is this guy? Look, here he comes. I'm listening, Dr. Luther, and they're saying they're hating you, boy.
Dr. Luther saying listen to the people. I'm talking about 300-plus pounds, August 13th, a bounty hunter match by Derek at Z100, Portland's #1 hit music station. Grappler versus Kamala, the Ugandan Giant.
That's at the Volcano Stadium in Kaiser, right?
Absolutely.
When
Great
is it, August
outdoor
13th?
show, August 13th.
Well, I'll tell you something. Z100, I don't know where he came up with enough money to hire the great Kamala to come down, and everybody fears Kamala. And the board of directors have forced me in this match. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I may be booked in that match, and I may be forced into that match by the board of directors, but I'll tell you, brother, don't think the Grappler is not going to have some kind of game plan when I get there. I haven't been a professional wrestler for 29 years and lived to talk about it without setting up things ahead of time, brother. You be ready for me in Kaiser. You be ready at the Volcano Stadium. You're going to see some action that night you're never going to believe, so you better be there live and in color.
Grappler, never at a loss for words, always one to have a first and second and third plan. There's the bell, Dr. Luther, and the kick. Maple Leaf Murphy in the ring right now. We saw Maple Leaf Murphy and Kaden Matthews in a great matchup 2 weeks ago here in Portland Wrestling. The scar on Maple Leaf Murphy's throat.
He's an old cutthroat, you know what I mean? He's that type of wrestler.
Maple Leaf Murphy has medical clearance to wrestle here in Portland Wrestling. Wilson, Dante, and Dr. Luther can take advantage of that.
What does it say on back of Murphy's pants?
It says the kick.
The kick. I'll give him the kick, all right.
Ladies' choice, Maple Leaf Murphy in the ring takes a boot.
By the way, he just got a kick from Dr. Luther.
He did. Dr. Luther now grabbing the hair, the mohawk of Maple Leaf Murphy. Now taking him with a great armbar. Look how he's got the arm twisted over there, Doc. Really applying, Grappler, really applying the arm up by Dr. Luther.
Look at, this guy's noticed something about Dr. Luther. His head, I don't know, there's something different about him.
Well, fans, we want to talk also to the Grappler about Skag Rollins and what we just saw with Jeremy Blanchard. Skag Rollins has been making noise in the locker room about the Knights of Ecstasy and Team Hell and his allegiance to you guys. You've really taken Skag Rollins and elevated him to another dimension.
You know something? All Skag Rollins needed was a little professional guidance, okay? He's a great wrestler, great athlete, but he has never been at the top in the elite like I have, the Grappler, on top of the mountain looking at the rest. He listened to all the different wrong people. He started listening to me. All of a sudden, he became a winner, my friend.
Fans, we need to take a quick time out. With those words of wisdom from the Grappler, we'll be back with all the action right here on Portland Wrestling. We say that's wrestling the way it should be. Dr. Luther keeping that armbar on Maple Leaf Murphy, applying blows, and Murphy has got to make a tag, Grappler. The Army of Darkness, whether you like them or not, a very, very tough tag team. They're going to give Team Hell a run for the money, as is the Knights of Ecstasy.
Well, I'll tell you something. I don't know about Dr. Luther and his AOD because now he's got Dante out here. Where's Black Dragon? Is he scared of us? That's what I want to know. I'm thinking that the Black Dragon is scared of Team Hell because ever since we hit town, he disappeared. No. He hasn't been around. No, tell the truth. He has not been around. He's scared of Team Hell.
He has not been around, and that's because he's been on tour in Japan.
Why don't you tell the people the truth? You tell the people the truth. He's refused to sign a contract against Team Hell. He's scared of us. I'm talking chicken.
Dante coming off the top rope with a big blow, and now laying in another one. Dante not...
He's a little boy with a little B, a baby O, and a chicken Y. You know what I'm saying? He's
Dante,
scared to wrestle Team Hell.
Oh, a big elbow by Dante. Not the biggest man, but definitely one of the quickest. And he really hits
Dante
a lot
one time, Frank. I seen him knock a guy out with one punch. Right here in this arena one time, I seen him knock a guy out with one punch. So you can't sell Dante short. No, I know he's tough.
And the matchup we saw with him and Bonsai Bruce here on Portland Wrestling was one fans are still talking about. And right now, Maple Leaf Murphy's going to be talking about the beating he's taking from Dante.
He's just taking a beating. LC hadn't been in the ring for 30 seconds tonight.
No, absolutely not.
He finally used his head. He got LC out there.
He did, Maple Leaf Murphy. Now, I think he's had enough. He did make the
leaving the
tag.
building?
He is going off to the corner. Ladies' Choice and Dante in the ring right now. Ladies' Choice wants nothing to do with him. Grappler, Kamala. What are you going to do with Kamala? You talk about a plan. The Ugandan giant. You've seen the man. He's huge. He's a giant.
Let me tell you something, Frank Culbertson. I've wrestled Andre the Giant many times. I've wrestled Dusty Rhodes many times. I've wrestled Ernie the Cat Ladd many times. I've wrestled Hulk Hogan many times. I've wrestled Rowdy Roddy Piper many times. And every one of them I beat. Okay? So don't think I'm not going to be ready when I step in the ring with Kamala. Okay? Be ready in Kaiser, brother. You're going to get to see something you've never seen before in professional wrestling.
That will be an extravaganza. Raven's opponent still being determined.
Raven's supposed to be coming in.
That's right, Grapple. That'll be, you know him very well from Scotty the Body.
I know him very well. He was Scotty the Body, and he went off to WCW into the Raven. Now he's famous. He's a legend in wrestling, and he's a tough individual. As a matter of fact, I helped him along the way. If he wouldn't have took my guidance, he wouldn't have been where he's at today.
Well, I'm not sure about that right now, ladies.
You ask him, buddy. He'll tell you that. Matter of fact, he should be giving me some of his payoffs, I think.
Whips Dante into the corner. Referee Mark Watson checking the AOD. The crowd chanting AOD. Referee Mark Watson sending Dr. Luther back to the corner. LC.
Yeah, them people, they love that AOD, don't they?
They absolutely do. Dr. Luther and Dante.
Oh, LC just spit on him.
He did Dr. Luther in. He's being put back. Another tag. They said there was a tag. Obviously not a tag, Grappler.
I seen a tag. What you're looking at, Frank. You watching the same match as me? You better wake up out here. Act like you've been sick.
Fans coming up next. Exile versus Big Ugly Grappler.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You know my big man, Exile. He's never let me down. This Big Ugly's a tough individual, this guy. The Cartel, they call him. Well, I'll tell you something, Cartel. You know who they call me in Team Hill? They call me Tony Soprano, brother, because I run the town. And you come here to Portland, I run this town. And I'm going to make sure Exile takes care of you. Big Ugly.
Fans, that's a Grappler. Calling it like he sees it. And right
now...
now...
and a Booker, too.
Right now... Ladies' Choice has got his way going with Dante. Now the referee, Mark Watson, he is just being turned around by Ladies' Choice. Great tag team action by these guys. Whether you like them or not, they are very successful as a tag team, Grappler.
They are a good tag team, and you're right, I don't like them.
Dante, a good move, countering. Caught Maple Leaf Murphy coming off the ropes with a clothesline. Beautiful move. That's why the Knights of Ecstasy and the Army of Darkness, two of the top teams here in Portland wrestling. Great, they know each other's moves. They know where they're going to be. They know where their opponents are. Ladies' Choice making the tag. Team Hell not holding any gold yet, Grappler. You have not been. The tag team, the Team Hell has not won tag team gold yet.
No, we haven't won the tag team gold yet. But you know what? Our top priority right now is giving some boys some whoopings and giving them some lessons. Believe it. Whenever I turn them loose, I tell them I want the tag team titles. I will have the tag team titles one way or another. You can guarantee it. You can bet your house on it.
Now, there's a body slam by Dr. Luther. LC outside the ropes. Skag Rollins is coming out here at ringside. LC
what is he
down.
doing? He's got scissors in his hand. He's going to cut LC's hair. Cut that stringy-looking mop off his head.
No.
Cut that stringy-looking mop off. Yeah, cut it off, Skag. Do it.
Skag Rollins.
Cut him, brother. Get him, brother. Go.
Dr. Luther catches him.
Look at that. Look at that!
Oh, he's cutting his hair. There's Maple.
Look, what's Murphy doing? Why is he out here?
He's got Skag Rollins. Now he's taking blows. Doc taking advantage of it.
Look, he cuts off his hair. I love it. You know how much LC loves his hair? Now look, he's about to cry.
Luther's got him up. Power bomb. Down he goes. Maple Leaf Murphy in a lot of trouble. Skag and LC going to town outside.
LC is mad.
Look at Dante in the ring. Dante in the ring with the 450. There it is.
Did you see that 450?
2, 3. It is all over. Ring the bell. And Dr. Luther coming outside the ring now.
Look out, Skag. There comes Dr. Luther. Look out.
What is the AOD? Dr. Luther has the hammer. Skag Rollins, what's he doing out here with scissors?
He's cutting his hair. I love it. You see him trying.
What was he doing cutting his hair?
He's cutting his hair. I don't know. He's trying to humiliate him. I love it. He should have cut it all off. If it had been me, I'd have shaved him.
Skag Rollins, we mentioned, has been making noise about the Knights of Ecstasy and the way they treated him in the cage when they dumped him as a partner. Right now, Skag Rollins in the ring. Dr. Luther, your winner here on Portland Wrestling.
We're going to keep the show moving right along here. Let's go to another interview with Ladies' Choice and Maple Leaf Murphy.
Portland Wrestling fans, I'm Derek from the Buckhead Show at Z100. I'm here with the Knights of Ecstasy. We've already heard from Luther. What do you think about the hair versus hair match, LC?
I'm holding my sides in right now after listening to Luther. Luther, you're working out? On what? Hamburgers and French fries? Brother, you ought to be an accountant. Your waistline is a surplus and your hairline's in recession. You got wavy hair, Daddy. It's waving goodbye. It's countdown to comb over for you, Jack. And it's time to lay down and let the LC take a little trim off the top, maybe a little bit off the sides, Daddy. You're gonna cut my hair? Quite contraire, mon frere. Don't you even go there. Tell him, Murphy.
Murphy, next week, you've got Bubba Blanchard in a match.
Without a shadow of a doubt, Bubba Blanchard is the ugliest, biggest pile of monkey crap I've ever had the displeasure of laying my beautiful blue eyes on.
Up next, we're going to go to some cuts of Maple Leaf Murphy joining me on commentary. And the match is going to be Aaron Idol with Scotty Mack on the outside against Hans Mueller. And just listen to the things Maple Leaf Murphy comes up with. It absolutely was hard to keep talking when he was coming up with some of this stuff. We had one monitor between us. We're about 10 feet away from the ring. And yet, at sometimes, Murphy, well, you'll hear it. It's monitor. He's hilarious.
The new attitude here in Portland Wrestling, Aaron Idol and Scotty Mack. I am joined by one member of the Knights of Ecstasy, Ladies' Choice.
That's right, Frank Culbertson. Once again, I've decided to grace you with my presence, join you in the broadcast position. Ratings are about to skyrocket because Maple Leaf Murphy's in the broadcast position.
Well, Maple Leaf Murphy, I know that you have wrestled, you have traveled with, you have fought, and probably ate with Scotty Mack and Aaron Idol over the years. What do you think of their new attitude?
With the twos of them. At first, I never liked Scotty Mack, couldn't care less about Aaron Idol, but I love what I see from the twos of them. Both continue to impress me week after week. This is what I think. I salute you, Scotty Mack. We're being joined by Scotty Mack.
Scotty Mack, I'm not sure what the attitude is.
You keep up the good work, my man.
Earlier tonight we saw...
Well, hey, I don't mind a little Captain Jacks myself. I appreciate the sponsors of Portland Wrestling a great deal. Oh my good God!
Both men flying over from the clothesline. Up and over they go. Right outside the fans here. Outside the Comcast, the Captain Jacks banner in Z100.
That's where Hans Mueller's small brain comes into play. He's an idiot. He puts his body at risk. He gets the worst end of that deal.
It looks like Aaron Idol hit his head on those steel chairs outside the ring. And what is going on? Scotty Mack now going to work on Hans Mueller outside.
My monitor has just phased out. I can't see what's going on. I don't see
the referee. He's just choking him. He's choking him away. Look at the referee in the ring. The referee in the ring is being distracted by Aaron Idol.
Please get someone to fix my monitor. I can't see a damn thing. As far as I can tell.
Look at the ref inside the ring with Aaron Idol. Aaron Idol saying he's hurt his shoulder on the steel chairs.
You need spectacles, Frank Culbertson, because your vision is impaired. I don't see a thing. All I see is Aaron Idol holding the ropes and welcoming Hans Mueller back in the ring for a clean fight. They're filthy. Everything about Portland's miserable. The people, the girls especially. I haven't seen a hot girl in all of Oregon.
Please.
Hans Mueller would have been better off taking the day off because he's just not getting.
Oh, the referee pulled right in front of him. Hans Mueller hit.
Frank, my monitor has gone out again. I don't see what's going on in the ring.
Scotty Mack has thrown a chair in the ring. The referee Albert McClure is down.
From my vantage point,
Aaron Idol kick. Oh my goodness! Unbelievable kick. I know our cameras just missed it.
From my vantage point, Aaron Idol has got Frank Culbertson.
Look what they're doing. They've got Hans Mueller down. The super kick has put him out by Scotty Mack.
Frank Culbertson, you're delusional.
No, he's got the arm
Frank
in the chair. Hans Mueller.
Hey, I want some of what you've been smoking, Frank Culbertson, because your vision is impaired.
Scotty
You're hallucinating.
Mack, he's going up. Oh, leg drop right over the chair with the arm in it. Oh, my goodness.
See a thing.
I think that had to have broken his arm. Look at Hans Mueller thrashing around in the ring.
Oh, we have my monitor's turned back on. Aaron Idle has got beautiful.
Got him in an arm bar.
Just got him in an arm bar. We've got
the referee
stick a
ringing
fork
the bell.
in him. He's done.
Hans Mueller has had to submit. The referee not seeing any of it.
Yeah!
Aaron Idle successful in his return. Now
right.
Scotty Mack just stomping away. And Aaron Idle, what is this? Why are they changed their attitude like this? Hans Mueller.
They know.
Oh my goodness! Drop another leg on him.
They're not. This is not change management. They don't need the fans. The fans are useless. Anyone listening to me right now, if you're a fan watching this, you are useless. You are worthless, and I hate you.
Scotty Mack, they have really gotten to work on Hans Mueller.
If you can hear me,
look, coming through the crowd. It's Kaden Matthews has hit the ring.
Oh my God!
Drop kick.
Somebody get this guy out of here.
Another drop kick on Scotty Mack.
Kaden Matthews
down.
Who's he think he is?
Kaden Matthews. Watching on the monitor has come out from the back to help his partner, Hans Mueller.
Kaden Matthews impresses me about as much as a kick in the nuts, Frank Culbertson. He doesn't do nothing for me. Kaden Matthews is overrated. He's a joke. I beat him time and time again. I'll probably beat him again sooner than later. As far as I'm concerned, Kaden Matthews is a useless piece of trash. And I'm about this close from going and slapping the yellow right off his teeth.
Well, Hans Mueller, as you can see, fans, he has really injured his shoulder, holding his shoulder.
As far as I'm concerned,
his arm was in the chair, Maple Leaf Murphy.
Yeah, good. He had it coming. You know what they say? If you don't see it coming, you've got it coming. He deserved everything he got. What are you looking at, you moron? I'll just as soon slap the yellow off your teeth as look at you, punk.
Scotty Mack is taking him over, looking at fans with his arm in a cast.
Scotty Mack is better than
them.
Scotty Mack
Hans
is
Mueller.
better than the people here. He's hey, I'd put him on par with me. Scotty Mack, better than these two. These two clowns are jokes. Could you zoom in right here, please? I've got something to say. Come on. Have you seen this? What about that? Yeah, that's right. The next tag team champion of the world, Maple Leaf Murphy. Frank Culbertson, it's been all your pleasure. Peace out.
Hans Mueller.
Murphy and his monitor comments, I have no idea where that came from, except for he was always such a quick wit and so sharp. It was always a pleasure to work with him. And we're going to go to one more interview with Ladies' Choice and Maple Leaf Murphy. And then we're going to go to a match with Kaden Matthews, an up-and-coming star here in Portland Wrestling, who was trained by Buddy Rose and Ed Wiskowski, against Murphy. It's a terrific matchup. You want to stay tuned for that.
Portland Wrestling fans, I'm here with the Knights of Ecstasy. You guys have managed to get under the skin of the new Pacific Northwest heavyweight champion, haven't you, LC?
Well, it's out with the old daddy and in with the new. Let me tell you something. Would you expect the man with the plan and the golden tan to step out of his $600,000 home, fresh from a manicure, and fight some Portland loser because I nailed his girlfriend? Absolutely not, daddy. Not gonna happen. So I pulled out the John Diefenbakers, and I got myself an insurance policy. His name's Malachi, and tonight he's going to use Hans Mueller's head as a stepping stone.
Murphy?
Oliver John, word around the water cooler is you're upset with the Knights of Ecstasy. Big wow, I eat punks like you for breakfast. If you're any kind of a man, you'll put your title on the line. You'll step in the ring with me, the man of the hour, the next champion. Put your belt on the line, Oliver John. If you come anywhere near me, I'll slap the yellow off your teeth. Put the belt on the line. You're looking at the next champion of Portland Wrestling.
Let me get it better. I am looking at the next part.
Well, you heard it. It's the Knights of Ecstasy.
Wait. Zoom in right there, please.
There you go. Okay.
Derek from the Buckhead Show at Z100 here with the Cartel, Big Ugly, and Vinny. Tonight, Vinny, you've got Kaden Matthews.
Well, the way I see it, this is a perfect opportunity for Vinny Massaro to show the whole world that I am a top single wrestler. I mean, we all know the caliber of a tag team wrestler I am, soon to be tag team champion. But Kaden Matthews, I'm going to get you in the ring, and I'm going to do my usual thing. You know what I mean? I'm going to get in there, break some bones, bada boom, bada bing. It's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Well, you touched on it. In 3 weeks, it's the TLC match. You guys are going for the tag team titles. What do you think about Vinny's match tonight with Kaden Matthews?
Let me tell you what I think about that.
Guess who's back? LC's back.
I smell sunshine.
Murphy's back. KOE's back. Let me tell you something, boys. Hickory dickory dock, I know what makes you tick-tock, boys. Welcome to Hollywood. Don't ever work with kids or animals. Stick with me, boys, and you'll be farting through silk in the morning. Guess what, Daddy-O? There's a lot of disgruntled husbands around here that want a piece of the man with the plan and the golden tan. Don't spend it all in one place, boys. And Maple Leaf Murphy. So what did we do, Daddy? We went out and pulled out our big fat wallets and bought ourselves an insurance policy. All right? He's as big and dumb as a man can come, but he's stronger than a country house. Come on out here, Malachi, Daddy, and show these people we mean business. Look at this guy, Daddy. What are you gonna do, man? I'll tell you, you caught me sneaking out your back window. Tough Jack, because you don't gotta answer to me. You gotta answer to Malachi, Daddy. So put that in your pipe and smoke it if I haven't already.
Maple Leaf, I believe you guys just paid off the cartel for their match tonight.
First of all, shut your mouth. Second of all, shut your mouth. Tonight, I have to do battle with Kaden Matthews. All of you toothless, underachieving high school dropouts watching at home, you all know me and Kaden have come a long way. We're no strangers. Tonight, I am gonna end his career once and for all of you idiots to see. We're out of here.
Well, you heard it. The Knights of Ecstasy are back. So you guys better get ready, because right now we're going to go to the ring. It's Maple Leaf Murphy versus Kaden Matthews.
This next match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first at 230 pounds from Vancouver, USA, Kaden Matthews. And his opponent weighs in at
Fans, I am not sure what is going on right now. Ladies' Choice coming to the ring. As we have just seen in the back, we see that Ladies' Choice has paid off the cartel. Vinny Massaro, not the opponent right now. And as LC is going to make his way to the ring, I am joined by Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Champion Oliver. John Oliver, great to have you here tonight.
Thank you very much, Frank. It's an honor to be here and represent the good people of Portland.
Well, LC, you can hear the fans chanting, the women standing up, obviously. There is one man in the audience, but we want to talk about that. LC right now has made his return. It has been well over 90 days since he lost a loser leave town match to Skag Rollins. Let's see with the microphone.
Let's see what he has to say.
I heard you missed us. We're back. I brought my pencil. Give me something to write on. Because we got a long list of demands, baby, now that we're back here at Portland Wrestling. So allow me to introduce to you your opponent for tonight. He is from Vancouver, Canada. He is one of the coolest guys in Portland Wrestling. And his name is Maple Leaf Murphy.
Coming out to the Canadian National Anthem, it is Maple Leaf Murphy, the Knights of Ecstasy, returning in full force. And as we've seen, returning even bigger, Malachi. What a man, 6'3", incredible size. And if you heard anything about this Malachi as you have, Oliver John, he's one tough individual.
I'll tell you what, I've seen him in California many times. He's a mountain of a man. I tell you what, he's so tall he gets a nosebleed. And he's no joke, that's for sure.
He'll be a man that will be obviously looking to that Pacific Northwest heavyweight title. We know LC Murphy, I'm sure, going to be making claims for that. But right now, it is Maple Leaf Murphy. Hockey is back, and so is Maple Leaf Murphy. The Canadian flag taking on Kaden Matthews, who, look at the phenomenal shape this man is in. He spends a lot of time in the gym. From Vancouver, Washington, local favorite, trained by Playboy Buddy Rose and Ed Wiskowski. Listen to the fans chanting USA.
USA, everybody's rallying behind. You know, the Canadians come in and they want to run roughshod around here and promote the Maple Leaf in Canada. But I tell you what, the patriotic spirit is alive and well right here in Portland.
Well, it's good to have Oliver John here in Portland Wrestling. Been very impressive since you made your trip up from California, winning the title last week from Skag Rollins out at Gresham Armory in a terrific matchup that was nip and tuck from beginning to end. Skag gave you all you can handle, but 1, 2, 3, tap out.
No doubt about it. You know, there were a couple of times, especially when he powerbombed me on the floor, I really thought I might have cracked a rib and I might not be able to go on, but that's the name of this game, intestinal fortitude, the character and the will and the fight, the desire to win and be a champion, and that's what old school is all about, and I was able to take it out and take the belt home at the end of the night.
Absolutely. Referee for this matchup, Mark Watson, the Iron Man of the Northwest. This match is on.
Oh, check that out. You just spat at him.
Showing no respect for Kaden Matthews. Maple Leaf Murphy comes in with terrific credentials. Been very successful in Canada, holding a number of titles very successfully. Of course, you see LC now, we understand, has officially become a licensed manager and a wrestler, able to stay out of ringside, makes the Knights of Ecstasy just doubly tough.
Well, and that's what they're all about. They're all about mind games. They're going to toy with Kaden here because he's a young athlete. What they think, he doesn't have quite the same experience, say, an LC who's been around for years and years and years. But I think Caden's going to take it, no doubt about it. He's been training hard. Check him out. He has put together, and the people are behind him, that's for sure. And right now, Maple Leaf is throwing a tantrum.
And you know what it means to have the fan support behind you, Oliver John. It just gives you that little extra maybe to push you over the top.
Yeah, when I think that I can't go on one more step, I tell you what, when those people rally up, when you yell for us, it is unbelievable. It is a shot of energy. And here we go. Misses the clothesline. Nice drop kick.
Boy, big drop kick by Kaden Matthews. Big arm drag takedown. Kaden Matthews on top. Maple Leaf Murphy maybe headed back to Canada a little early.
I wouldn't doubt about it. And right here, it's a great armbar hold that Caden's got. He's got the leverage on Maple Leaf, and Maple Leaf's having a tough time getting out of it. Doesn't know which way to go.
You got to figure this is a real disadvantage and a real test for Kaden Matthews, as he had planned all week. The contract was signed for Vinny Massaro of the Cartel. He studied the tapes. He had made a game plan. All of a sudden, Ladies' Choices, we know, has all the money in the world, buys off the Cartel. They're out, I understand, have left the arena to go party somewhere. And now he's in against an opponent he wasn't planned for, but he's doing very well for him.
Nice counter move right there. You saw Maple Leaf try to get an arm drag. What happens? Kaden hooks it right back up, one step ahead. He's right on top of this game as if he was in the ring with Vinny Massaro, who he planned to wrestle. That's
a sign of a young man who spent a lot of time in general game planning for wrestling. He's ready for any opponent. Good arm drag, and again, once again, right into the arm bar down on the mat.
Well, you can see the training from Buddy Rose is paying off, and Buddy taught him always pick out a body part, do not stop, do not relent, work it over and over and over, and wear your opponent down, and that's what Caden's doing right now.
Also, Kaden doing a smart move, a veteran move, taking the bigger man down to the mat, neutralizing that size advantage that Maple Leaf Murphy has. We see a new Maple Leaf Murphy, no mohawk, but just a scarf, and again, an arm drag. Kaden Matthews showing a real growth in his development in professional wrestling.
No doubt about it. You can really see the talent and that he's going to grow and grow and grow. And you know what? That is just a sign of a polished, seasoned professional wrestler going back to that hold every time.
Absolutely. Fans, matchup being brought to you by Mr. Transmission and Milex out at 181st and Stark. You need your transmission checked or oil change, brakes, anything. Mr. Transmission, Milex, the place to go. Oh, and look at LC now with the hockey stick and laying the brutes in on Kaden Matthews. Being a manager, this is what really has paid off for him, giving the extra boost. Now look, he's just choking
him
away.
out. Kaden has nowhere to go. He's backed up against that fence. And check this out. You're really wrestling 2 against 1. This is a handicap match, really. Anytime you take on LC and Dropkick Murphy, they're going to bend the rules at every opportunity.
Murphy the entire time distracting referee Mark Watson from his matchup, and LC able to take advantage of it. LC thinks he is in total charge. The fans really have turned on LC here tonight.
No, they're not going to get behind that. I mean, these are good people, the people of Portland. They want to see an honest competition, and you're not going to get it. And he's winding up that elbow. Oh, and he just dropped a sledgehammer right on his head.
He does. That should do it. There's a pin. 1, 2. Almost a 3 count. Caden Matthews able to kick out. Murphy has really taken advantage of the extracurricular activity, if we will, from Ladies' Choice outside. Big snap suplex. Murphy, you might not like his tactics. You might call him a little quirky, but he gets the job done in the ring.
That he does. And I mean, he may bend the rules, but he is a talent. You cannot take it away from him. And he just missed that. He missed it. Went once too many times. Caden was on top of it. Nice kick by Caden. Caden off the ropes. Bam! Hit him with a famouser. He is down now. He buried him 6 feet under. He's going to go for the cover.
He didn't hook the leg. A mistake. And now LC distracting him at ringside. Right. But he has got Ladies' Choice. Murphy.
Oh my goodness. That flag. Disqualification.
Maple Leaf Murphy making a non-victorious return to Portland Wrestling, but he is making his mark literally on Caden Matthews.
Well, they're trying to send out a message to each and every wrestler in that dressing room right now, and they're no joke. I tell you what, I don't agree with their tactics, but they're definitely a force to be reckoned with here in Portland Wrestling.
Absolutely. Look at Caden Matthews down on the mat. He's not sure exactly what hit him. Ladies' Choice going crazy in the ring for being disqualified, but an object like that, hockey stick being brought in the ring, and Maple Leaf just hit Caden Matthews numerous times. The referee had no choice but to disqualify him.
There's just no doubt about it. There's not any room for that here in Portland Wrestling. To blatantly break a rule like that, I don't even think they even cared about winning the match. This was all about mind games. I told you before, that's what LC is all about, mind games, and that's what they're doing, is telling everybody in the back, look out, there's nothing going to stop us. I beg to differ.
Wrestling fans, thanks for joining me on this very special edition of Portland Wrestling 2000s, as we remember Dropkick Murphy, Mike Willis, a man who will be missed by his family, his friends, and the wrestling community. We'll leave you with 3 times Maple Leaf Murphy signed off from Portland Wrestling.
That's something about wait. You know what?
Choice now driving.
Hey, it's been all your pleasure. Peace. I'm out of here. Maple Leaf Murphy, Frank Culbertson, it's been all your pleasure. Peace out. Frank Culbertson, as you may or may not know, and all you idiots at home know, it's been all your pleasure. Peace out.
Maple Leaf Murphy, that